All right, so let's talk about Bill Allen gets this taste of flipping, right? Flipping is you're still a full-time aviator. Tell us the story of the first one, right? When did
Oh,
you
at
go
that
to
time.
flipping? Yeah.
Yeah, at that time I was still, full-time pilot. I got back from England. I was engaged to my wife. I had just bought my second or my third rental house.
Yep.
I had fixed up the downstairs, the 1,000 square foot basement. I finished it myself in 6 weeks, me and my wife. She was pregnant at the time, and we rented that house out. And then I was looking for my next rental property. So
Mm.
I was looking for my next rental. I probably had like another about a year left, a year and a half left at my duty station in Maryland. And so my realtor and I went out and looked for another rental property. I found one. It was on Hubzu. Um,
Mm. Yeah,
it
I
was
remember that. Yeah,
yeah, I think it's Exome now or vice versa. It was an
something like that.
auction website.
Yep. Hmm.
And I remember this like it was yesterday because I was at my engagement ceremony in Nashville when we found out that we got like I was bidding on it
Oh,
online and I won it.
nice,
And I had to
nice.
close in like a couple days and wire the money and I didn't have the money. So I
Yeah.
was like, oh crap.
Now I gotta go
And I
find the
never seen
money.
the house. I never seen the house. My realtor went and looked at it. She said it was nice. We could do it. Never seen the
Okay.
house, and I just
All
bought it
right.
and just jumped.
All right.
The numbers
Again,
worked as
this.
a rental,
Yeah. Yeah.
worked really good. And
Okay.
but then she came to me and she said, "Hey, you could fix this house up and sell it and make pretty good money."
Hmm.
And so she wanted a second commission, but she kind of gave me the idea of what if you flip this? And I
Okay.
was like, okay, I've been watching these flipping TV shows, and I know how to
Looks
fix up a house.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it looked easy. And we had done it before.
Right.
I'd fixed two houses before for rentals.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I mean, that could be cool. Let's try that. So I fixed it up differently. I fixed it up really
A
nice.
little nicer. Yeah.
Yeah. And it took me about 6 months to get this thing sold, like get it finished, listed, sold, but we made $43,000 on it. And that
Hmm.
was like half of my salary for the year being a pilot. I was a test pilot for the Navy in Pax River, Maryland, in Patuxent River Naval Air Station.
A lot less risky. That being a test pilot doesn't sound like it sounds risky to me.
yeah. So yeah, yeah, for sure. I've been in
Yeah.
a couple of close calls
There you go.
in the helicopter and airplane. So we did that and we made, 43 grand. And I was like, wow, what if I could do this again? Like,
Yeah.
is this a
Some is
fluke?
good, more is better.
Yeah. And so now I have 43,000 and again, at this point, every month I'm looking at my net worth go up, tick up and up and up. And I just went up
Nice.
$43,000. And I was like,
Mhm.
that's a lot of money. Like that was
Yeah.
probably like, 10% or of my net worth or so at that point.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And no more expenses. Like I'm still living off of my military salary. I still have a W-2 income, so I'm not using this money for anything. And so I said, let's see if we can do this again. Let's go find another one. We made a ton of offers,
Mhm.
ton of offers. Oh, back to that house, by the way. I'd never seen it before. When I walked in for the first time, there was a foot of water in the basement and active termites eating the hardwood floor when I walked in the front door. So the first time I ever saw this house after I bought it and came back from Nashville, my realtor was like, "Oh, it's a great deal." And I was in like way over my head. Just if anybody, you're listening to this going, oh, like this guy knows what he's doing. Like, no, no, no.
No, plenty of
That was
mistakes.
all stuff I never had to deal with before.
Yeah.
Termite treatment, figuring out how water is flooding into the basement,
Yeah.
like what's
Some
happening.
pumps, all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
And then so
And
we
again,
went look for
you,
another property after that.
yeah. And again, this is all back to quick decisions and moving forward, learning the lessons, because of course, you're learning the lessons as you go and keep going. So some is good, more is better. You keep doing the work. Sounds like you go a while before finding the next opportunity, I think is where we are in the story.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, I also didn't like flip that house in an LLC. I was so confused. I didn't know how to start an LLC. I'd never done that before. So I
Right.
just did it in my own name. Like I just
Yeah.
didn't know what I didn't know. I just was going.